Let's try and understand your portfolio strategy. What's been your portfolio strategy? If you are bullish, how are you positioning yourself?
I think we look at the entire economy and say we see where is the value for our investor. So we look at the entire banking space, and we believe banking space is one of the places where you have to be.
What do you like within the banking space?
We like PSUs as well as private sector bank. We don't differentiate. We go by bank and see what kind of appreciation we can get from a particular bank.
Are you worried about NPAs? Because that seems to be a chorus on the street that avoid banks, avoid large cap PSU banks, avoid mid cap PSU banks because they don't have control over their NPAs. The non-performing assets are bulging.
No, I think if you look at the valuation of these banks, and actually we did a study about these banks and figure out what kind of NPAs are priced in. Okay. If you look at a couple of banks, people are expecting 20 to 25% NPAs, which I think is a bizarre. Because something is something. Looks like some people are selling these banks for these reasons. And even if you look at NPA composition of these guys, one part of the NPA is because of interest rate hikes. If interest rate is going to soften, then that part will be taken care of to a certain extent. Second part is driven by what is happening on the power sector. And once the coal linkages are established, I think a lot would depend on the coal linkages, and where we clearly see the government is moving toward that. So I think once that happens, I think that will also ease out. And third, related to infrastructure, is fourth is telecom. Now telecom, I don't know what will happen, but infrastructure again, if we're able to move toward reform, I think infrastructure problem will also be behind us. It will not be a very clean thing, but if you look at the banking today, all of these things are priced in the price of these banks. So from going forward, I think most of the bad news are priced in. If anything good happens, the bank would be the first to trigger off.
What are your other key overweight positions?
We like industrial and we like capital goods in the current market, because we believe that last couple of years has been consumer driven stock rally. Now it has to be investment driven stock rally. The visibility on the activity on the investment side doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to build that up. But you look at the stock, you look at the company's track record, you look at the business cycle of these companies, they have gone through these cycle many times. And you look at what price you should have owned these companies. So many of these companies, the capital goods are available at a fairly good valuation. And you see visibility as far as a couple of things. For instance, if you look at a BHEL idea, then definitely we see some duty protection coming in this budget, which would make BHEL more competitive. I think 8 to 9 metro rail projects will be announced in next couple of months. I think that will be good for the capital goods sector. NHAI is continue to give 7,000 to 8,000 kilometer of road project as we go along. I think that will also be good for the industrial and for the capital goods sector. So the banking and capital goods are our two top pick.
But are you largely aligning with large cap stocks or mid cap stocks? Because large cap, they will be the first one to bounce back. They have better balance sheets, but mid cap is where the real value is.
See, I think right now we are more focused on the large cap if you look at these sector, and the mid cap perhaps will take later on, but not right now, because mid cap can show 50% appreciation, but it can also go down by 50%. Large cap, we are far more safer. So right now our first pick would be in the large cap, and then we'll go down step by step within the mid cap, what kind of stocks we like, what kind of a story we like, what has been the corporate governance of a particular company over the last 10, 15 years. Then we look at on these stock right now, but not right now.
The fact that RBI has clearly sent a signal across that that rates will tighten, and everybody, if I look at across the board portfolio allocations, most of the mutual funds are currently overweight on rate sensitives. Do you think that rate is getting slightly crowded?
I don't think, because rates will come down. You know, the inflation is coming down. The entire economy is crying that one need to reduce interest rate. And if you look at the interest,
but is every smart guy playing that rate?
I think it will play out. If you just look at the interest rate curve, it is inverted. Your 1 year bank CD is 10%, 3-month bank CD at 10%, and 10-year G-Sec at 20%. It's a bizarre situation. So it is imminent that the interest rate would come down at the shorter end, and the money would be available at far cheaper rate to the corporate India and to normal citizen of this country.
What is on your avoid list for this year and then for next year?
I think we are underweight on IT. We still like the sector, but I think the best days in IT is perhaps a little over in our opinion. We are underweight on consumer discretionary because we believe that they are available at a fairly aggressive valuation, and they have seen, as far as performance is concerned, perhaps the best days in recent time. We don't have exposure to real estate because we still believe there are lots of challenges when it comes to the real estate. So these are three broad sectors where we are underweight. Or real estate, we don't have exposure, and telecom we have just one idea. Otherwise, we don't own telecom.
So what is your big contra call?
Big contra call, I believe we took a contra call about capital goods and banking much earlier. Now, it's become fashionable right now, but for us it was a contra call when we took 6 months back, because you have to be a little ahead of the curve when you want to make money for the investor.
When do you think Indian markets will touch a new all-time high?
I will not be surprised if the Indian market touched new high in this year.
And what could challenge your conviction?
The challenges would happen that if the government mess up on the reform, which I think we don't believe it is going to mess up on the economic reform.
So after a 15% appreciation or after a 20% appreciation now, you're confident that the Indian markets will appreciate by another 15%?
I'm pretty confident about, I can't say what will happen over a 3 or 6 month period.
That's the next 12 months.
I think there's a fair...
Next 12 months you see Sensex scaling beyond 21,000.
I think if in a percentage term, I'm 70% confident that would happen, that Sensex would climb new high over the next 12-month period. But the challenge for investors is that the moment we say that you could look at 15% growth in Sensex from these levels, the expectation of the investor is that 15% will grow every month or every quarter, every year or every day. That is not going to happen. The market may correct 20% from these levels and then suddenly go up by 50%. So from these levels over a 3-year period may look 15% growth annualized. But the growth will come with this kind of volatility.
So the trend is up, the trend is not down?
Trend is not down, the trend is up. But I think it is equally important the way investors look at investing. If you are coming in equity market and believe that you are never going to lose capital, you invested, the market can never go down. If it goes down, you get upset with the market. This is not the place for you. You need to have patience. You own a stock doesn't mean market own performance to you. So when you own a stock, you need to be patient that in your portfolio, the market may go down 10%, 50%, 20%, 30% without telling you, without anybody telling you. But if you stay invested and have a conviction, then the equity market, Indian equity market has delivered, will continue to deliver the kind of investment performance which, in my opinion, no other asset category can beat over a long term.
At these levels, Vijay Mantri, are you bullish, cautiously bullish, or are you slightly confused?
I'm absolutely bullish about the market.
Vijay, good to have you on DT Now. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for calling me.